Hi, it's Natalie from VidVersity, and I just thought I'd explain the story behind VidVersity. So the whole concept evolved around, I started a business called CPD Interactive, and that's a business that provides online learning for lawyers that they have to do. It's compulsory. So I built it up, and I was using all kinds of authoring tools like Storyline, and then their new, more recent one, Rise. But the problem I was finding is twofold. One is that it took a really long time for me to go and ask someone who was an expert in their field to write me a paper or give me the material. Then I needed to do all this instructional design. Then I needed to build it and make it available. And the problems I had was, A, that's a time-consuming process. But what I really struggled with is I didn't think the output was that great. I don't think people really like reading and then clicking on next button, reading, maybe a few animations. So then it really hit sort of the end of the road for me when I launched a course that had taken about 3 or 4 months to build on the new carbon tax. And it cost probably $10,000 to build the course, maybe a little bit more, an hour-long course. And we launched it, and the next day Tony Abbott removed the carbon tax. And I just thought, this is just not really the best way for us to deliver information. So I went back to how we really teach. Like I've been lecturing for years. I work a lot at Melbourne Law School, and I teach in all different environments. And I've always thought, that's how we teach. We teach by standing up and delivering. And I do a lot of work and preparation before I actually get to my feet. So I've done the instructional design. So it dawned on me, why aren't we just capturing that and making that as the starting point? That's sort of the beginning of where you build your online learning. So I went looking around the world. I even went to Las Vegas to a conference, DevLearn, and I went looking for something to do, a software that would do that. And I just couldn't find anywhere. So having sort of an IT background myself, I then went about building a bit of a platform that allowed me to do a couple of things. One is create video. So I wanted to be able to create video easily. So I wanted to do it with my phone. I thought we don't always need high quality production. Sometimes it's just enough to have the content. We need to be able to hear it and see it is the two important things. And started filming people who were presenting these amazing lectures. And then I realized delivering an hour of something is not enough. I needed to do more to it. So I needed to sort of break it down into small micro learning chunks, really, chapters, for two reasons. One, that's a nicer way to go through. And secondly, when you come back, you can go to the part you're particularly interested in. So I needed something that edited. Then I wanted the ability to add questions. Then I thought, well, what if someone makes reference to something? They might say, look, this is great talk and TED Talk. I wanted to be able to stop the video and actually go and see that TED Talk. And finally, I also wanted the ability to have questions in there so it could really reinforce that learning. And so I built this platform in a very raw format just for me, for CPD Interactive. I then bumped into an old colleague of mine, Simon Quirk, who I went to law school with, who was looking to do some online learning. And he came to me because he said he'd got a quote and it was about $250,000. And he said, I can't believe it's really that expensive. And I said, yeah, and I told him my whole story and I told him what I was working on. And that's the genesis of VidVersity. He said, let's commercialise it. I am sure there's other people who want that. So now the whole concept is capture the person who's presenting, make it really easy for them or someone who's actually never built online learning, and make it easy and fast and cheap and accessible to deliver something really meaningful. So the real bottom line of VidVersity is to democratise the creation of online learning, to make it something that anyone can really easily make something online and deliver it in a meaningful way. But most importantly, I think it's a better outcome for the learners. I think the learners enjoy it a whole lot more. So I think the actual output, even though it's cheaper, quicker and easier, is so much more interesting and meaningful because it's a human being telling us what they are an expert in and what they've designed, rather than getting that expert and saying, now that I saw you do this amazing presentation, can you write me a paper about it? So that's what VidVersity is. It's an opportunity to make online learning easily but engaging at the same time.